Thanks for watching another episode of Slim J TV. We're going to have a spooky episode this time, and today's subscriber shout out is, apologize if I say it wrong, Lie Rosses. Alright. Thank you for your support and watching the channel. And if you want to be shouted out in the next video, subscribe, like, comment, and you might get a shout out. Alright, let's get into it. Of course, we're watching Nuke's Top 5. 5 unsolved mysteries caught on tape. Let's see.
The top 5 mysterious unsolved cases. Jackie Sutton. In late October 2015, seasoned British journalist Jackie Sutton arrived at a Turkish airport to catch her connecting flight to Iraq, where she'd been working with the free speech organization IWPR.
Iraq sounds like a fun place for vacation, doesn't it? Sounds like a great place to go. It's probably gonna be hot. Don't have to pack a lot of sweaters, that's for sure.
Hours later, she was found dead in an airport restroom. Reportedly, Jackie Sutton
That escalated real quick.
had committed suicide, hanging herself using one of her own shoelaces. Now here's where things get even stranger. Earlier reports by the Turkish media stated that Jackie Sutton had become very upset after missing her flight to Iraq because she couldn't afford to purchase a new ticket.
Man, I could understand being upset missing a flight, but that upset? I don't know about that.
However, later reports revealed that Sutton could have easily paid for a new ticket. She was found carrying over 2,000 euros and 2 credit cards. Even more suspicious, another security camera clip taken shortly before Jackie Sutton's death shows her carrying what appears to be a shopping bag containing purchases made at the duty-free shop in the airport. Critics have argued that it seems
Duty free? Suspicious. Interesting.
highly unlikely that Jackie Sutton would suddenly decide to do a bit of shopping shortly before committing suicide. So was Jackie Sutton's death a suicide or something more sinister?
That is a good point. Like, why would she go shopping if she planned on killing herself? But hey, you know, people that are old that are about to die, you know, spend all their money so before they die. So she was like, fuck it, I need to make one more purchase. I need to purchase this gum and this jacket. And I'm out of here.
Let me know what you
Rest
think
in peace.
in the comments below. Lars Matank. Lars Matank was a young German man who went on a holiday
Lars Matank. Interesting name. Well, I've heard Lars before, but Matank sounds like a Pokemon.
trip with friends to Varna, Bulgaria. While there, Matank was involved in a fight with some other tourists and suffered a ruptured eardrum. Because of the ear injury, Lars Matank was unable to fly, so he couldn't return to Germany.
Yeah, that's a fact. True story is, I had an ear infection and I went on a flight. Don't do it. If you ever have an ear infection or something, when we started, you know, going up, dude, the pressure was insane. I thought my head was gonna explode. It was bad.
Germany with his friends. He rented a room in a hostel in a poor area of Varna, Bulgaria, determined to wait until his ear had healed enough so that he could fly back to Germany. However, that same night, Lars Matank called his mother and said that there was something strange about the hostel that he was staying in, and that she should cancel all of his credit cards. Even later that same night, Lars Matank left his hostel room in a panic, headed for the airport.
Something strange was happening. Cancel all his credit cards. So was he being followed, or someone might have been following him, but he might have not known if it was for sure. Maybe he thought he was going to be robbed. Why else would he tell his mother to cancel his credit cards? Interesting.
Airport. He called his mother again, this time saying that 4 strange men were following him and that he was hiding. 2 hours later, Lars Matank caught a cab and arrived at the Varna airport in the early
Yeah, he said people were following him.
morning hours. On airport security
But it could be paranoia and schizophrenia.
cameras, Lars can be seen entering the airport with his luggage. But minutes later, he is seen running from the airport in a panic.
Boy was going full speed. What happened to all his bags? He said, screw that, I don't even need that. But who's going to publicly execute you in an airport? Bro.
leaving his luggage behind. Eyewitnesses say that Lars Matank ran to a barbed wire fence that surrounds the airport, climbed over the fence, and then disappeared into some nearby woods. To this day, Lars Matank has never been found. His family asked that anyone with any info
The interesting thing is that he hasn't been found.
as to his current location, contact them via their website or Facebook page. Brian Schaefer. One of the strangest disappearances on record is that of Brian Schaefer, an Ohio State medical student. On March 31st, 2006, Brian Schaefer decided to go out for a night on the town with some of his college friends. They met at the Ugly Tuna Saloona, an upstairs bar at Ohio.
What an interesting name. Ugly Tuna Saloona. Ugly Tuna Saloona. Say that 15 times.
Ohio State's South Campus. Brian can be seen arriving at the bar with his two friends. They're smiling and laughing as they exit the escalator to the second floor bar. Around 10 p.m., Brian called his longtime girlfriend,
They won't be laughing for long.
with whom he had planned a spring break getaway to Miami a few days later. Brian told her that he loved her and would see her soon. Brian's girlfriend said that the call was nothing out of the
Damn, those glasses. Those put Harry Potter to shame.
ordinary. Later, Brian Schaefer is seen again on security camera near the escalators, talking to two girls. He seems to say goodbye and then heads back into the bar. Brian Schaefer was never seen again. Security cameras covering the only exits of the Ugly Tuna Saloona bar do not show Brian Schaefer ever leaving. The only possible other exit would have been through an area of the bar that was under heavy construction at the time and closed off to the public. However, even if Schaefer had left through the construction area, there are multiple other security cameras in the bar's vicinity. None of these cameras picked up footage of Brian Schaefer ever leaving the bar. It's almost as if Brian Schaefer disappeared into thin air in the middle of a crowded bar. Alan Gill.
He went to the bar and never came back. He took his last shot.
On the evening of February 23, 2014, Alan Gill took a strange trip through Cornwall, England. Captured by surveillance cameras, Gill spent his evening wandering the streets of several different cities for hours. He was seen in Wadebridge, then traveled by bus to Truro, then on to Newquay.
I always think about, like, how are they getting all this footage and, like, tracking it down? Must be a hassle. I know it's through the public, but to keep it on track that takes time.
Then back
and
to
effort.
Perranporth. No one knows why Alan Gill took this strange trip or what he was doing wandering the streets of 4 different cities all night. The next morning, the dead body of Alan Gill was found washed up on the shore of Perranporth Beach. Gill was naked except for one sock and one shoe. But
Interesting. Everything else, just one sock, one shoe. He could have been robbed. And then, let's see if he was stabbed or anything.
the story gets even stranger.
How
Alan
did he
Gill's
die?
other sock was found wadded up inside his mouth. wrapped
Okay,
in the cord of
definitely
a pair of
homicide.
earbud-type headphones. Near his body was a black jacket containing a wallet with 95 British pounds, but his bank
But he wasn't robbed? Bro, he was on a hit list.
cards, credit cards, and ID were missing. However, the wallet
Okay, wait. It was missing. Okay, so he was robbed.
contained a single bizarre picture. Alan Gill as a child. Even
That could be his own picture. Like, the robber's not going to want that. He's like, might as well just leave that. I don't really care for that. I just murder this dude. He can have a picture.
stranger, the jacket the wallet was found in was not the one that Alan Gill had been wearing on the night of his death. Initially, Alan Gill's death
The robber could have gave him his wallet. He's like, man, this guy has a nicer wallet. I might as well take that as well.
was thought to just be a very strange suicide. However, an autopsy revealed multiple unexplained injuries to Alan Gill's right hand, chest, and head. Police ruled the death as suspicious. The case still remains unsolved, and no one knows exactly what happened to Alan Gill.
Like, did he suffocate? They didn't really say the cause of death.
The Jamison family. One of the most bizarre disappearances in recent history is that of the Jamison family of Eufaula, Oklahoma. Pastor Gary Brandon claims that the Jamesons told him that their home was haunted by angry spirits. The Jamesons said that they had made contact with the spirits of a dead family in their house, and that their 6-year-old daughter Madison often talked to the ghost family's child. The Jamesons said that 2 of the ghosts were called Emily and Michael, and that one of the apparitions had wings like an angel. Allegedly,
Remember, even the devil, can disguise himself as the angel of light, and he's a liar, so he'll give you any name. And demons don't like to give their true name, because to have power over them and exorcise them out of someone, you have to know their name to have power over them. But yeah.
fearing for the safety of his family, Bobby Jameson had asked Pastor Brandon if there were quote-unquote special bullets that he could use to fight off the intruding spirits. Pastor Brandon also said that Jameson mentioned that he had obtained...
Bro was like, do you got a special gat, dude? Do you have a special gat that I can shoot spirits? Like, is this a movie? Like, are we gonna go kill a werewolf with some silver bullets? He's like, if werewolves can be killed by silver bullets, what if a ghost can be killed by golden bullets? Interesting.
A quote-unquote satanic Bible in order to attempt to ward off the ghostly beings.
Okay. So you're trying to ward off demons with the power of Satan. Not going to work unless you have the hierarchy of angels. If you summon a demon that's higher ranking than the other demon, I guess, supposedly, you could do that, but not the way to go. You got to go by Jesus and God, the Lord.
On October 8, 2009, the Jameson family loaded their pickup truck for a trip. They can be seen on their own front yard security camera moving things from their house to their truck. Bizarrely, the family seems to be in some sort of daze or trance-like state, making dozens of trips back and forth from the house to the truck, but never talking to each other once. After loading...
Bro, how do they know that if they're not talking to each other? That was taking like 1 frame per 5 seconds.
The truck, the Jamesons pulled out of the driveway and were never seen alive again. 8 days later, the Jamesons' pickup truck was found by the side of the road. Locked inside the truck were the Jamesons' wallets and IDs, their cell phones, and
$32,000 just left? Bro, that's insane. Like, and they weren't... Dude, were they abducted by UFOs? Like... Whew. Who would leave around that much money? Like, the dude was trying to leave. He was definitely being threatened by something. Because why would he pick up and leave everything? And obviously he took all his money. That's real suspicious. Like, hey.
$1,000 cash. Also locked inside the truck was the family's small dog, which was nearly dead from starvation. A massive statewide search was launched for the family over the next 8 months, but nothing was found. Multiple theories were circulated. One that Bobby and Sherilyn Jameson had been meth users and had been involved in a meth deal gone bad.
Bro, I'm pretty sure a meth dealer... Well, even if it was a drug deal gone wrong, wouldn't they, burn the vehicle, burn the evidence, steal the $30,000 in cash? That doesn't make sense. No.
This theory would also explain their trance-like state in the final video of the family. However, absolutely no evidence...
But maybe the police were thinking that because if they did smoke meth, that induce psychosis. Because it can cause those things.
Evidence of drug use was found when police searched the Jameson family home. 4 years after the Jameson family's disappearance, deer hunters stumbled across some skeletal remains in a remote area of the Eufaula Mountains, less than 3 miles from where the Jamesons' truck had been found. The bodies were forensically identified as the remains of the Jameson family. However, the bodies were so badly decomposed that no cause of death could be determined. The reason for the Jameson family's strange behavior and the cause of their death remains a mystery to this day.
That was a great little video. Let's watch one more. Let's watch one more. Let's see. Fishing shocking moments. Nah. Ooh, I like toys. 5 scary toys caught on camera in real life. Oops.
We all have our own favorite childhood toys that hold a special place in our heart. We also have our own childhood fears, scary incidents that are burned into our brain forever. Now, sometimes childhood fears and childhood toys overlap. Here are the top 5 scary toys caught on camera.
I wasn't scared of toys growing up. I was scared of Chucky, bro. I said, Chucky's in the walls. That's what I used to tell my parents. Chucky's in the walls. He's coming after me. He's gonna kill me.
Oh.
I still love Chucky movies, though, as an adult now.
And just to make things a little more disturbing and make this video a little different from the typical scary toys video, these are all toys that people are still buying for their kids today, right now. Links to all of the scary toys are in the description.
That'd be blah.
If you want to traumatize yourself all over again.
I think it's a toy. But I never heard of one before.
Furby. Your
Yeah.
best friend,
Furbies are straight up demons, dude.
your worst enemy.
What's that? It's my Furby. Furby loves you, love it.
Who's that, Satan?
Tickle me.
Furbies made national news in 1998 as the first robot ever developed and mass-produced as a
We
consumer
covered Furbies
device.
in
In
one
this
of my
case,
last live
a toy
streams.
for children. The Furby spoke its own unique language called Furbish when first purchased, but it was programmed to gradually
It was
learn
like mixed between German and Chinese. I remember Meat Canyon covered it.
English over time so that it could speak to its child playmate. The launch of this robot did not go as planned. The first release of the Furbies were defective.
Throw that thing in the fire. Right now. Because I remember having one of these as a kid, and they were the worst thing to have in your room, because you'd be laying down and this thing would just have its eyes open, just and it would just talk, you know. Yeah, that shit. I had a gray one.
The robot dolls would randomly freak out, screeching gibberish and making weird facial expressions while rapidly blinking its eyes as if possessed. Turns out the computer chip in the Furby robot was
Because it was.
very unstable and often malfunctioned, sending the Furby into a stream of random, frightening behavior and speech that often traumatized any child in its presence.
That thing's on its last breath, dude.
These random malfunctioning Furbies are now very sought after by toy collectors, but to some, they are nightmarish childhood memories. But forgetting all of that nightmare fuel, Furbies are amazingly still sold today. The newest version is the quote Furby Connect, but there are still concerns.
Bro, that thing looks dope. I still don't trust it, though. I don't trust it at all.
Even with these new Furbies. In 2016, a UK consumer group warned that a lack of robust security measures made it possible to hack into the toy and use it as a surveillance device. Now,
That sounds like a perfect thing for, you know, like those weirdos. That's like something a predator would use. Yeah, I don't trust the government, but who knows about these companies? They could sell that like data.
tell me that doesn't sound like a Black Mirror episode. Anyway, did you have a weird Furby scary toy experience yourself? Let me know down in the
Did you see
comments.
that? Wait. Did you see that one Furby in the closet? He looked absolutely zooted. Let's go back. Yeah, right there. There he is. Look. You can barely see it because my thing's in the way here. But yeah, he looks zooted.
Did
Boy's
you have a
gone.
weird Furby scary toy experience yourself?
Yes.
Let me know down in the comments. And if you want one of these beasts in your home, there's a link to buy one down in the description. Creepy doll. Earlier this year, a scary video surfaced of a creepy doll that was supposedly found in a graveyard in Mexico. But creepiest of all, the doll's eyes seemed to follow the viewer as they moved. Well, the video was a hoax.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Don't need it.
But the doll is very real. It was a creation by Oklahoma artist Julia Lane. Julia's specialty is making very bizarre, creepy dolls.
Cool little trick there, buddy.
That follow you wherever you move.
He's a vampire baby. He's a vampire baby.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's kind of cool though, but why do you make these things? You just have them sitting in your house?
These scary toys aren't really made for kids, but are basically amazing pieces of horror art.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I'm gonna give this to my 2-year-old. Yeah.
Link to the doll page is in the description. The Ouija board. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know that I did a whole countdown on scary videos with Ouija boards.
In my next video, I'm doing real life stories. I'm gonna do a ghost story, but if the series goes well, I might do a Ouija board story. Don't play with Ouija boards. If you think they're fake, that's what you think till you actually play with them. Okay? They're not fake.
Comments of that video, a few people mentioned that it was weird that a Ouija board was sold as a simple children's toy.
It still is.
Hasbro Toy Company. Even though
I don't understand that either. I don't think it should be sold as a toy.
Spirits. In this spooky clip, a group of teens are using a Ouija board in a graveyard when they begin hearing strange noises.
If there is a spirit near us, what is your name?
Zozo.
You're not moving that game.
I'm Grandma. You can tell I'm not.
Bin Laden.
What was that?
J.
Don't tell me this is about to spell Joe.
Joe Biden. Oh, Joe. Joe Biden.
What? Joe, is this you?
He says Joe Mama.
Oh my god. I don't know what to pay attention of.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
not moving that.
On Grandma, I'm not.
On Grandma. That boy ain't playing. He said on Grandma.
On Grandma.
Oh, I'm moving it back. Move it
Move
back.
this back. No, this
G.
ain't even funny.
Move it back to G.
Look whose grave. Hold on, let me take my fingers off this.
You
real quick.
remember to say goodbye.
Look whose grave we are on right now.
Joseph.
You can't
Can you
see it
see it?
good. No, you
It
can't.
says Joseph.
Joseph.
You can't really see
But
it.
he goes by
I
Joe.
just saw it in there.
But also, dude, that if that's what they're talking about, it sounds like some random dude saying Joseph, like one of his friends in the background. But another thing I was gonna say is, I like those videos where those people clean up the graves. I think that's really cool.
What the hell?
You're lying. Your grandma.
Back up.
Dude, that's totally one of their friends. No, dude, I do not believe it.
Who is that? You look
Joseph.
like a homeless man.
Joseph.
Are you okay?
Bro.
Dude, they're laughing. They're laughing.
I locked the door.
They're laughing. New top 5. Come on, you can't be serious. They're obviously laughing. There's the third friend right there.
I don't know where to go. I don't know how far.
See, there's the third friend. The third friend wasn't there before
I don't care.
because they were two playing it, and then he was standing in the
They
back.
believe that there might be an angry homeless man lurking in the graveyard.
It was their third friend,
They make
dude.
a fast retreat. When they return to grab the Ouija board, the driver claims to see this mysterious homeless man yet again. But when
Or was the
car
third
lights
friend?
shine on the air-
See, remember when they got in the car? The friend was in the passenger seat. Why isn't he in the passenger seat now?
area, no one is there.
So dumb, dude.
Where is he? He's not even nowhere here.
See, the friend's not in the passenger
I don't
seat.
see nobody. Do you? Alright, this is what we gotta do.
Oh my gosh.
Are you
Do you think
recording?
I'm dumb?
Yes.
We're gonna run to the Ouija board
Say goodbye.
and try to say goodbye.
Alright, ready?
No.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, here goes the piece.
Come on. How do you get off the board? I don't know. Come on, come on. Say goodbye. Put your hand on. Hurry up.
Oh shit, my bad.
Goodbye. Come on. Did we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm real scared. I'm terrified.
What? What? What are you doing? What was that? You heard that?
There's a third friend.
Do you see anything up there? The voice is coming from up here and I'm not seeing a goddamn thing. That was either a guy trying to prank us and he knew that we were
The
alive.
homeless man.
Yeah, I think he knew that we were, because we were saying Joseph out loud, you know? And he probably was like, oh, we
My name
should find
Joseph.
kids. Otherwise, that was just some creepy ass shit. I don't know, like...
Road driving a 1995
I
Hyundai.
don't know what to think right now.
Should I get out and record?
Hell no. What?
No, this was...
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
For that bitch! For that
I'm gone!
There's the laughs.
No!
There's the laughing.
No!
Well, here's the thing. Hasbro still sells Ouija boards as a children's toy. They never stopped. And the game is listed for, quote, 2 to 4 players, ages 8 years and up. So if you believe the Ouija board is a conduit to evil entities on the other side, well, take note that it is still being marketed as a fun toy for children ages 8 and above. So, do you think a Ouija board is simply a scary toy suitable for 8-year-olds? Or is it a portal to the supernatural world? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Or if you want to try it out yourself and see if you can summon some scary shadow being to your home,
You shouldn't do it.
the link to buy this scary toy is in the video description.
Don't play with that shit. On
The
God.
evil
On
wand.
Grandma.
A woman bought her daughter a simple toy
Oh,
at
I
a
remember
local
this
dollar
one.
store. The so-called
This
evil
one's messed
stick
up.
wand was rated for children ages 3 years and above. It looked like a typical child's toy, and the packaging promised, quote, wonderful music, magic, and fairies. While the woman gave her child the toy, and
It literally says evil stick.
that's not quite what she got. The young girl peels back a plastic sticker on the wand to reveal a demonic-looking little girl who seems to be cutting herself while grinning evilly at the camera. And remember how the toy's packaging promised, quote, wonderful music? Well, here's what the wand played.
Honestly, I think this one's a funny prank, but it's kind of a messed up prank. But it literally says evil stick.
The little girl was frightened by the image. The girl's mother was appalled.
I'm outraged over it. I want to know.
Bro, you bought it and it says evil stick. It literally says evil stick. And I think it's a thing where what you see can be deceiving. It looks like a pink, shiny wand, but it literally says evil stick.
Know how they think that is suitable for a child.
But the shop owner's reaction was the most
Bro made those. Bro was in on it. Bro don't care. Where does he get these toys, China? I bet little kids made these toys.
surprising of all.
The name on it, it says evil stick. So from the name, I would, if I'm buying it
Yeah,
for
I said
my
the same
kid,
thing.
and I have a lot of kids, and I have young ones, I would inspect it before I even give it to them.
So when this story first went public,
He's right, they bought
seemed
it.
so outlandish that many people on the internet first thought that it was just a hoax. But a YouTuber named Matt Clark went to the same dollar store and purchased this, quote, evil stick wand and confirmed the story.
It's like a
Bro probably sold so many of those things now.
Again, that kind of goes with the princess wand, not so much a girl slicing her arm open. But anyway, down here in the corner, it says, I can send out the luster of the beauty.
It's just a bad translation because obviously these toys are made in foreign countries. So obviously they're going to have a terrible translation.
I don't know what that means.
It's a 100% real children's toy being sold in bargain stores all across the US right now. teething doll. Very strange and scary story.
I've seen those teething dolls. I forget what they call them, but yeah, I don't understand that. Like, I think they call them fuglies or something, like fuglies. Who buys that shit? That's why it's always on sale on clearance and shit.
Emerged from the internet late last year. It was said that a new Pinterest craze had emerged on the internet. Sewing your child's lost baby teeth into a doll.
No.
Supposedly, mothers on Pinterest were taking up a new
and
craft
collect their
project,
toenails too.
making dolls and sewing their children's lost baby teeth into the mouth of the doll. Like most things on the internet,
People are crazy,
all a
dude.
Wild exaggeration. Turns out it was actually an artist known only as Mrs. McGettrick who was making the strange dolls with teeth. The dolls are called fugglers.
Oh, I was
Despite
right,
the
yeah,
crazy
fugglers,
stories
not
circulated
fuglies.
on the internet, the dolls did not have real lost baby teeth. The strange stuff figures simply have
Hey, she got her
fake
bag,
teeth
though.
sewn into their mouths. But if that's not weird enough for you, then please keep in mind that
It's
in
tacky.
real life,
It's
some
good-
mothers
cool
actually
concept.
make necklaces from their children's baby teeth.
Disgusting.
And that is 100% true.
That was another great video from Nuke's Top 5. So, thank you for watching another episode of Slim J TV. And to remind you, if you want a shout out in the next vid, please subscribe. And see ya on the flip side.